welcome my Geminis to your January 2023 reading. I'm Christine. If this is your first time here, feel free to watch this for any of your Gemini placements in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, North Node, or any other that you feel intuitively guided to look at. Even though this is the last day of, no, January is over actually. Know that this reading is timeless. I simply put a date to the readings just for simplicity's sake and also for organization. So if you're here, there is a message or something you needed to hear at this time. So let's take a look and see what's happening for my Geminis. What does the universe, spirit want my Geminis to know at this time? I felt a bunch of cards turn over. Let's see. Oh no, oh crap. Crap, you got a bunch that fell. I see them down here. We got 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Some of you may be retreating, maybe feeling a little bit defensive, hiding away. Okay, wow. We got quite a bit. I kid you not, the earth signs got 3 cards each. As soon as I hit the air signs, the gates opened and all these cards shifted, flying out. We got the Emperor in reversed, Aries energy. We got the Knight of Wands in reverse. This is a fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. Bear with me, you guys got quite a few. We got Strength, Leo energy. A lot of fire so far. 8 of Discs. This is Earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Death card, Scorpio energy. The Moon, Pisces, Cancer. The King of Discs, Taurus energy. King of Wands, Leo energy. 7 of Cups, water, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. 10 of Swords, air, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. And Page of Cups, more water. You guys got a crap load. Of course, has to be my Geminis, you guys. I'm not surprised. Let's get started. Okay, with the Emperor and the Knight of Wands in reverse, I feel like there's some stubbornness here. Perhaps a little bit of, I want to say arrogance, of getting stubbornness, resistance, refusal. Perhaps a little bit of selfishness, but I don't feel like it's in a bad way. Because at the bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Wands. So I feel like you may be guarding your energy, retreating your energy. Because underneath that, we have the 6 of Wands, and underneath that, we have the Hermit. These are the 3 cards underneath the deck. So what you don't know, what's hidden, subconsciously happening. I get that energy, a Hermit energy from you. So some of you may not be active with your network, with people. You may not be, your light may be off, figuratively. So it's almost like when you go to someone's home and you don't see their light on, you just assume they're sleeping, they're gone, they're not available. It's that kind of energy. Some of you may have retracted your energy back. Maybe you're taking time off, some R&R. Some of you, we see here some physical bruising. I sense many of you have taken on a lot energetically in the past, and you're recovering. So there's an element of like a rest, R&R, recovery. So I don't get anything negative, like you're doing this on purpose at all. We got the Strength card too. Look, and we have the 8 of Discs. So I do feel like many of you are focused on almost like rebuilding yourself and continuing to chip in, to put in the work needed. For some of you, I feel like this may have been difficult because with this energy, Geminis in general are very resourceful, very knowledgeable, intelligent, very helpful. And I feel like your energy right now is a little bit just, okay, we're gonna take some time away. We're gonna pretend that I'm not in the public or available to anyone. It's that type. And so I feel like this has to do with regaining, it's literally regaining your strength. I feel like this is more metaphorical. It's just displaying a wounded person. But I feel like, again, some of you may have overcome big challenges or have simply taken on so much and you're like, I need to rest. I need to just take a time out. There's an element of burnout. And so again, here you may be focused on rebuilding, taking time out to care for yourself, nurture yourself. See, there's distance with this mountain in the back. It's like reassessing, and you're asking yourself, what can I leave behind? What am I done with? What can I maybe delegate or even just say no to at this time in my life that maybe I can revisit down the road? I feel like many of you have had a lot of weight on your plate. You've had a lot of maybe burdens, issues, challenges, things to take care of, and it's just like, no, I can't anymore. I gotta say no. It's almost like, I call it being lovingly selfish. It's almost like taking back your energy and you're like, I gotta take care of me first before I could take care of others. We got the Death card, the Moon, and we got King of Discs and King of Wands. I'll focus on these. There's quite a few more. So again, this I feel provoked a major change in your emotions. Again, air signs in general, and this is very general because everyone has a lot more besides the sign that you're looking at, or the placement I should say, whether it's your sun, moon, rising, or any other. And so you may have other features in your charts that say differently, but I'm speaking generally. Geminis and air signs can be a little bit more detached from their emotions. So I feel here you've got Scorpio. This is all water. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. There's been a complete transformation with your emotional side, your feminine side, energy, I should say, regardless of sex or gender. So I feel like, again, there's been almost like a recapitulation. Of course, I would get this word with Geminis. There's been a reassessment, a reviewing of like energy management, where you're putting your time, how you're feeling, and how everything that you're doing and who you're spending time with is making you feel. Because I feel there's a need for rest. This is feminine energy. Some of you have been in your masculine for a long time, plugging away, because Aries energy, upright, is very positive in its higher, we'll just say, energy octave level. It's masculine energy that gets things done, that works, is very goal oriented. And I feel like many of you have been operating in that way for so long, but that created an imbalance because you may have neglected or not paid so much attention to your feminine energy, the side of nurturing yourself, your emotions, your intuition, because the moon also speaks of your intuition, your feelings, and also truth. So whatever you're doing now, because I sense there's some time away. I mean, we have the Hermit card here. So some of you may be taking a sabbatical, maybe taking time off, lowering your workload, or taking on less. Simply, saying no and just doing, I want to say the bare minimum, but just doing only what you need to do at this time and not more, so that you can tend to your emotional side, tend to rest, tend to enjoying the things that you may have not been able to because you took on so much. It could be work, other responsibilities, perhaps you were caretaking, whatever it is, school. So this is huge. This is a huge transformation. Some of you, it may have felt uncomfortable. Interesting, because with the Strength card, we have the yin and the yang symbol here, and with the sun, and we have the infinity, which is balance, joy. So this definitely speaks to your union between your feminine and masculine energies. So for some, this may just have felt, wow, this is different, but you may still, I feel like many of you are still processing through it, still going through it, understanding who you are on an emotional level, who you are, what that means, especially when it's not related to an identity and fill in the blank, maybe your career title, what you do, who you are on the outside. And I feel like it's giving you, it's like a deeper dive into your psyche, into your soul, getting to know yourself on a whole new different level. Very transformative energies. Some of you may have major placements in water or fire, because you've got a lot of fire in your charts, Aries, Leo, Sag. We have King of Discs, King of Wands, Seven of Cups. Interesting, of course, you guys got Seven of Cups, which speak to choices too. There is a more intentional energy, And so I feel like the universe wants to really advise you on being more intentional with your time, with your energy, with your resources, because both speak to energy in different ways and getting things done and mobilization. But most importantly is to make sure that you feel grounded and you have an even footing below your feet before you tend to others. Some of you tend to scatter. In other words, sometimes you put a lot of energy in different areas, and that ties you down. It brings you down because you overcommit. There's an overcommitment here, and because we have the cups, it could speak to relationships, and you all are the rulers of platonic relationships generally. And I feel like all Geminis that I've known are excellent networkers. You guys have a network that is huge, most. And so some of you may have been overcommitting, overextending yourself with people, with networks. And this is about being more resourceful, more precise, taking care of what's important, being efficient as well, learning when to say no, because these kings, they don't say yes. They haven't said yes to get to where they're at. So it's about fine-tuning that process and what it means for yourself. So there's, again, a focus on energy management. I've gotten this for the past several months with you all about energy management and not overextending yourself. Because again, there's a need for grounding and also something with your creativity. To me, Leo energy rules the fifth house of creativity, and that it connects to our sacral chakra. And so there's feminine energy there too. And so some of you may be really exploring what that looks like for you, what it means, or you may be prompted by the universe to do that. But that means, again, you can't say yes to everything and expect to do that for yourself, because you simply won't have the capacity. So you're being advised, be careful about all these options that come in. It's so easy to say, yes, this looks like a cool person to me, or yes, I want to put, my energy and my time in this. You got to be choosy. You got to be picky and ask yourself, will this help me in this time? Do I have capacity or energy? Is there some way I can reroute this? Maybe offer another colleague or a resource, or simply say, I'm sorry, I can't in this time of my life. Maybe we can reconnect, in the next quarter or whatever. Finally, you have the Ten of Swords and Page of Cups. So again, Ten of Swords, sometimes Ten of Swords could indicate some type of pain. It's a completion though, a cycle that's done. But I feel like this was more, I'm getting for you guys, self-inflicted. And I feel like it has to, again, having to do with overextending and overcommitting yourself. There's been a complete overhaul up here with your emotions and how you take care of yourself. Some of you may be seeing bees, wolves, dogs, crustaceans. To me, it looks like a lobster. It could be a crab, a crayfish, crawfish, the mini looking lobsters. We have baby chicks. We have a salamander, a lion, a lamb. So some of those may resonate as spirit animals, and a fish. But I feel like what you've learned in this time is something that may have come up for you, like a realization. You may realize, wow, the only person in the long run that I've ended up hurting was myself, even though you had really good intentions. Because I feel nothing but positive intentions here, and wanting to help others, be there for others. But you were trying to do too much. And some of you may have done that so fast, so quick. And you can't do it all. And so again, there's a focus here on self-love, because the Page of Cups, it's a small overture, but I feel like many of you are really starting to connect more to the intimate part of yourself. 8th house energy, intimacy, vulnerability. You're wanting something deeper. So some of you, again, getting something, connections, networks with you guys, with your relationships in your life. You may be picky. Maybe you're even paring down and you're assessing. Quality matters more than quantity. And I feel like you all always try to give your best in each relationship and situation in your life, but there comes a point when you can't. You only have a certain number of hours in the day to get everything done that you want to, including taking time for yourself. And I feel like in this time, you're being asked to really get clear about which, we'll just say events, people, places, whatever requires your time and energy, which do you feel emotionally connected to? Because that's what's going to help fill the wounds, cure the wounds, heal you, in other words. It's going to replenish you. You see how there's flowers growing out? It's going to help you bloom again. So a lot of you are going through like a rebirth, an emotional rebirth. Your reading is extra long because of all the cards. I feel like you are opening up emotionally. Your heart is cracking open. What else does the universe want my Geminis to know, please, at this time? Okay. We got 2. Did we get any flippers? No. Look what we got at the bottom of the deck. Cleansing waters. Purification activates a vibrant life force. Total feminine energy here. A lot of water and also fire. Some of you may have wanted to float. What are those tanks called? The floating tanks where you float. It's like therapeutic. You got wondrous universe, walk in beauty, and grounding. Go deep, explore your roots. I mentioned that with the King of Discs about grounding yourself. It's so important for air signs, especially Geminis and Virgos. You guys are ruled by, even though Virgo's an earth sign, you guys are ruled by Mercury. And it's important for you guys and also air signs in general to ground yourselves because it's easy to let your mind essentially keep open, keep taking in, and it can be very overwhelming. I haven't read from this book. We're going to read The Wondrous Universe. Okay. You live in a beautiful and wondrous universe. You are a beautiful being. Take time to see and cherish the wonders of life wherever you go. It transforms your life. There is remarkable beauty within you. Simply acknowledging it allows it to surface even more. The time you take to create beauty in your home will manifest in your life. In Native traditions, walking in beauty means to honor all the natural cycles of life and to experience a sacred communion with the Creator in all things, including oneself. I don't think there's anything else. Okay, the sacred traveler wants you to know there's always beauty around you and within you. The sacred traveler constantly looks for and embraces the majestic, wondrous universe in all forms. You can hear it in the song of an early meeting bird. You can smell it in the aroma of freshly baking bread, and you can see it in the way the clouds float across the sky. The more you seek beauty, the more it will find you, and the more you will find yourself in a beautiful world. This, to me, it's speaking of inner child, play, finding joy again in your life. Some of you may be dreading returning. I'm getting like a return, maybe resuming, meeting up with large groups of energies or groups or work or reconvening something, because I feel like some of you are in this energy, perhaps taking time, even if you're with family or other people, I feel like you're taking intentional hermit time to nurture yourself. It's almost like a curiosity of a kid when you grab a good book and you go under the tree or on your bed and you get lost. It's that energy of getting lost within yourself. Okay. Let's see what other messages the universe has for my Geminis. There's a complete reconfiguration. I'm sensing many of you are, it's like once you tap into the heart, into the emotions, into that depth, there's no going back. Your toe dipped or touched the emotions and you're like, wow, this is different. It feels different and it feels good because you rest. A lot of this energy, it allows, that's where your creativity foments and your intuition increases. But more importantly, you're engaged in things that don't always require payment or money or, you know, work. It's just you, what you're interested in, how you enjoy life. We got 12, which reduces to a 3. Which ironically is the third house, right, of Gemini. The freedom of truth. Communicate honestly. Be who you truly are. Interesting you got communicate honestly, because you guys are the communicators of the zodiac. And there's groups of people here, of course. Let's take a look at this book. I don't know why I generally don't read a lot from the book, but for this set of readings, I've been getting strong push to look at the messages. So sometimes there's things that you may need to hear. When you speak your truth and live in honesty and integrity, you are totally free to be yourself. There is nothing to hide. There are no secrets in your life, and your aura becomes transparent. Unconsciously, everyone can see or sense this, and they respond to your openness. The whole world trusts you, for everything is above board. Receiving this card suggests that it is important for you to be totally yourself. Speak about what you really want to do. Reveal your thoughts and feelings. Be honest with yourself and others. Tell the truth. This sets your communication center free. Honesty has a resonance that people respond to, for when you are totally genuine, others feel safe with you. They accept you and feel comfortable and relaxed with you. Authenticity is the greatest gift you can give yourself and those around you. If you need support for this, ask Archangel Michael to create a deep blue ball of truth and place it in your throat chakra. Then ask your unicorn to illuminate it. This will allow your throat chakra to open to higher communication, which in turn will enable the angels of the golden ray to speak through you. You will become an ambassador for them and touch many people. Receiving this card reminds you that when you are totally real, your life transforms. Some of you may be called to pursue something different. Because with this energy, like I said, when I mentioned like the energy of a child reading a book and wanting to go under a tree or in their bed, I feel like the more in touch you get with this emotional aspect of yourself, with this divine feminine energy, you know, with who you are, you may realize that it's pulling you in another direction. You may be feeling a pull that you want to do something different. So there may be time, I would say journaling, if you have someone trusted, like a partner, a friend, even a therapist, talking this through, especially if it's something than what you're doing different. Lifestyle change, a career, work change, anything like that. Okay, we're going to end this reading with a super attractor affirmation. I feel like some of you want to scale back in something in your life. Did we get a card? No. I feel like there's like a scaling back. It's like once you learn something about yourself and you realize this is where I want to go, now you have to retrace the steps back and think, okay, where do I change? What do I need to change in my life to make this happen? Okay, I'll go one more time. Sometimes you may have a tendency to overthink. And so you're being guided to simply like stop. It's like stop, what is it? Stop, drop, and roll. I think that's a fire. People say that if you get caught on fire or something on you gets caught on fire, stop, drop, and roll. It's that energy. If you feel yourself starting to go down like a loop of overthinking, stop and do something that helps nurture you, that feels good. Perhaps going under a tree, hiking, nature, or water. That'll help you connect to yourself and to the present. You got, when I merge my desire with faith, I can take action from a place of peace rather than control. And when I'm grateful for what I have, I can feel good along the way to what I deserve. My Geminis, thank you so much for being here. I hope this reading resonated and helped someone out there. If it did, let me know down below. I read all comments. If you're new here, introduce yourself. I'd love to get to know you and welcome you into our community, which is super supportive and fun and loving. If this helped in any way, please support me, this channel, by hitting the thumbs up button, share, subscribe, come join this community. I do readings. I went blank. I do readings and videos on content on spirituality, energy healing, Oh my gosh, you guys, I just like went blank. And I do weekly live streams. So I would love to have you be a part of this. Otherwise, I'm wishing you a beautiful time wherever you are. Take care.